Of Matt White from Genesis Radio Production. How you doing?
Great, Robert. Thanks for having me with you, and it's a privilege to be here.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Genesis Production. I mean, you're a big part of this ministry for
Yep.
K-Wave because you do a lot of production work for a lot of the radio ministries that we have on K-Wave. But
Yeah.
before we get to that, how did you get started?
Well, it was back as an intern for a Christian radio station in Dinuba, and that was back when I was a senior in high school about 25 years ago. That then led to work at Genesis back in '99, and I've been there ever since, producing radio programs.
Wow. So when it comes to radio production, I mean that's a big job. I mean, obviously you have to have the expertise. You just can't put things together.
Sure.
I mean, how much work does that really involve when it comes to a radio production?
Yeah, good question. Definitely a lot of listening ear, listening for things that we don't want to get out over the radio. So a lot of editing, but there's also some writing skills and some announcing that comes along with that. So it's almost like putting together a puzzle. You edit the messages for content and things that aren't appropriate. And then the voice work comes into play for the intro and the outro for the radio ministry, introducing the pastor, and give some sort of a promo of what's coming up. And then in the closing announcements, we try to gear that for the ministry and how people can get involved in it, and maybe even involved in the church. So yeah, there's a lot of steps involved in putting it all together. But I've definitely listened to a lot of messages through the years. It's almost like going to seminary.
Right. Now, so basically what happens is a pastor will send their actual message, unedited, right?
Yep.
And then you guys take that, 50-minute message, and you begin to break it apart, basically,
We
right?
do, yeah. Usually into two segments. So, like you said, maybe a 50-minute message for the most part. So we'd aim for about 2 programs in that case. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
And when it comes to that production work, you have probably several guys that do it. I mean, do you do it yourself?
I do.
You do?
Yeah,
So-
I've got a hands-on role there at Genesis. So I'm doing the editing, writing, and voice work myself. But also Larry Ham is involved, and we have some guys there that do just editing and writing, and some that do voice work.
Mhm.
So, we work with people all over the country, helping out with the production of it. People that aren't necessarily in the Genesis studio, but can do it from outside.
Now, what programs do you have that you produce that we air on K-Wave?
Yeah,
Just a few.
Some of the familiar ones would probably be A Daily Walk with John Randall, The Sure Foundation, David Rosales, Dave Rolfe, and The Balanced Word, Lloyd Pulley, and Bridging the Gap.
And they've been on with you guys for a while, too, right? Because we've had them on for a while.
Yeah. And, for instance, David Rosales has been with us, I think, since 1986.
Wow.
And on K-Wave for much of that time as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for a pastor to want to get their, let's say right now a pastor's listening on their YouTube channel and they're like, hey, I want to kind of get involved in that. I mean, what do you suggest them doing?
Yeah, and sometimes people are a little bit, unsure about, hey, is this going to be too expensive, or is it really feasible? We're in a small community, or, we work with churches of varying sizes. You don't have to be a mega church or a big church to be able to go on the radio. In fact, a lot of our ministries that we serve are small churches. So we try to make it affordable and something that they can reach in their own community, and also helping them expand their borders into other areas of the country. So we've been privileged to work with, I think now about 17 Calvary chapels, and a lot of them, all portions of the United States. So here locally, obviously, K-Wave is a big outlet for the ministries we serve. But yeah, so if there's a ministry out there that's wanting to get more information, I'd be happy to walk them through what's involved. But it can be as simple as just sending us a message and say, here, take it from there.
Right. Okay. So you guys help out with the, I guess, the planning and what they want,
Yeah.
what kind of style they want, or
Sure.
is that how you guys work?
Yeah,
with?
we can help them find theme songs, develop how to do just how to build a program from start to finish. Also finding radio stations if they're in an area where they're not sure If there's a Christian station available, we can do research for them and help them in that angle too.
Oh, so you do that too. So
Yeah.
so you help them find
We
other
do.
stations to go on.
Yes, we do. We're a full service agency, so a lot of it would be for some ministries. They're just not sure where to go on or where to even begin. So, and then there's others that are, they know where they want to be, K-Wave, and so we can of course help them, with airtime and
Right.
that sort of thing.
How did you come up with the name Genesis? You know how
Well, Dave Johnson and his wife Angie, the founder, developed that back in 1986, and it just the Lord put it on their heart that was the name to go with.
out of the book of Genesis, right?
Yeah,
Out of the
absolutely.
book of Genesis?
Yeah,
the book of beginnings.
Yeah.
Very cool. So if somebody wanted to contact you, what's a good, is it website, email? How can they contact you?
Just go by our website, genesisrp.com, genesisrp.com, or they can call 559-686-3996, and they can always email me. My personal email address is on the website, too.
Great. Well, thanks, Matt, for coming on.
Thank you, Robert. It's a
Nice
privilege.
seeing you.
Thank you for all you do at K-Wave. It's a
Thank
real
you.
blessing to be a part of your ministry.
Thank you very much. God bless you, bro.
Thank you.
All right.
God bless.